we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Um, we are I said episode 11 last time, but it was actually 12. So this one is episode 13. If I have my back ass word math right. So we're here for episode 13 of the Cataclysm. Again, it's me. Hi, I'm Sia. I'm your DM for tonight. And in the left corner, we've got Nightmare, who is playing Namriel. Nightmare, say hi.
Hello.
And in the right corner, we've got a Wicked Arya, who is playing Yabrana Shatterstone. Say hi.
Evening.
And she's got a token. I'm super excited. She's got a token. She tried to sneak it in on me, but
That's not mine.
I didn't add you a token.
I didn't make a token.
You have a token.
What the fuck is that? How did that happen?
I don't know because I didn't mess with it, but it's kind of cool.
Okay. I don't know where it came from, though.
Do you have a second?
That's mildly disconcerting.
Well, a good way to start off any adventures with a mystery. So I think we nailed it.
Do you think maybe there was a random cages in here at some point?
He's got full access to all my stuff, maybe.
Interesting.
There's a couple of them that have
no
that.
offense, I don't think that Nightmare would.
Oh no! I think the thing, because everyone that didn't have a default, they changed the shadow. Because I'm looking in our character feed.
Yup, I see it.
And everybody that doesn't have a thing has So the mystery.
Look, I don't know enough about Roll20 in order to change shit like that. I don't even know how to change my own.
Mystery solved.
Trying to say.
Mystery solved, because it's not only you, it's a couple of other ones.
I love you, baby.
Metagaming, that motherfucker looks scary.
I'm supposed to be adorable.
Yeah.
No, not you. This one up here on the right.
Hold on, I don't have my glasses on. I don't know where I put them. And I need my glasses to find my glasses.
Do you require help? I'm like literally a room away.
No, I'm good. I can see my computer screen. I just might have a hard time reading some stuff.
All right, so mystery solved. Last time on D&D, you guys managed to get out in the wilds of Fall Creek. You guys were going west-southwest. You've got Barrett, you've got Alyssa with you. After gearing up, packing out, and taking a little bit of a journey, you guys met a couple people on the road, and then a goblin raced out, asked you to rescue their cat, and you did so only to find out that said cat is a god nibbing? Not quite a god. It's the promise of a god. So, congratulations to the both of you. You guys have actually found the very first of the 12 pieces that you guys need to complete the task that your gods...
11 left.
Yep. Atrium and Mariar have set for you guys. So we're just going to go ahead and go and say, hey, it's getting dark. You guys absolutely, positively made it back okay to the camp. And you guys are now in the camp with Goblin George, Alyssa, and Barrett. Barrett has done a absolute solid. He's got the campsite all set up. And as you guys come in, everybody just kind of plops down. There is a delicious smelling stew that is on the fire in the center as a horse grazes contentedly in a corner. The board is yours.
I forgot where we're at again.
You're heading to the town that's to the southwest. To look,
Okay,
you
gotcha.
guys are going after the
Hold on, let me check
perverted
something real quick.
keystone.
Okay.
I have to go in and manually do it every map.
Yeah.
Yep.
I figured, I was like, this is the first time I can see it. So
Yeah.
I thought there might have been a wild cages in here.
I'm learning. It just takes me a bit.
I know. I was just curious because I've never seen the bar actually pop up on a map.
Kitty.
Did you just say kitty again?
Did.
The cat is lounging like just around George. They're not on them. They're just like, kind of lounging at their feet, playing with the leaves. You say kitty and roll me a persuasion.
Hold on, I'm looking for it. Takes me a moment because of my eyeballs. Remember, I am almost blind right now. I do a.
They come up to you and let you scratch their chin.
I reach into my pocket and I pull out Nicodemus and I go, look, kitty.
Nicodemus was absolutely awake. He looks down. He looks at the cat. He takes his hood. He pulls it up over his ears and he turns around in your hand. He's not hiding. He's just
It's a nice
snuggling down to go to sleep.
It's a nice kitty. So George, where'd you get the cat?
Cat came back.
I'm casting that on myself, by the way. I look around at everyone, say, fuck this, I'm tired, and cast sleep on myself.
Okay. What level?
Um. Uh, I'm gonna cast it at. Actually, I don't know, because this might affect y'all, so I'm 5, 5, 10, 15, 20. I'd need to be, like, back here. Alright, I'm just out of range of everyone. I casted it level 2.
Okay. I'm assuming that
I'm the
you're
only target.
okay. So that negates the hit points. And how long does this spell last? A minute. Okay. Namriel, you back away from the fire. You cast sleep on yourself, and you fall unconscious. Please add a sleepy tag to your icon.
I don't even know how to add tags to my icon.
Oh, I can do it. Sleepy. Sleep, 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 sleep. All right. You are now unconscious for a solid minute. How do you want to do this? Like, do you just keel over? Do you slump down? Do you get comfortable before you cast the spell? What do you do? Tell me.
I'm walking away facing from everyone, and then my body just falls straight forward onto the ground.
So you planked it.
Yup.
Okay, Alyssa gets up to run to you. However, Barrett reaches out his hand as he gets in front of her and draws his weapon. He's like, Lady Yabrana, George, be prepared. I don't know what just happened. As he is frantically searching the area.
I'm gonna kick him.
That's gonna cause damage and dispel it.
Not
Why?
a kick. It's
Are
like
y'all
a, it's
playing?
like a shove.
Say hey
Just
to
to make sure you're
everybody.
still breathing.
You check and see if someone's breathing by kicking them?
Yeah, just you never like
He's not in there.
kick somebody lightly.
Oh,
It doesn't
no!
hurt.
I'll just make sure you
You're
got
just
that.
shaking them a little bit.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate it.
Wicked, do you kick him hard enough to do damage? Or are you just nudging him?
No, it's just a little nudge. It's just a little foot shake. Just make sure he's breathing.
He is breathing. There appears to be no damage of any sort. He just appears to be asleep.
I think he just passed out, guys.
Barrett looks at you and goes, Are you sure?
And he seems fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna check Alyssa's arm and make sure it's still bound.
Roll an investigation on that for me.
Oh,
So you can't tell what's happened. You can tell that it's not been messed with by human hands, but the leather bracer is curled up on the edges as if something was heating it from the inside. You know how leather gets that crackled kind of feeling after it's
Yeah.
been heated up. It looks rough. You don't think that'll last longer than another 12 hours.
okay. Like, guys, we're gonna have to be very careful about what we say around Alyssa. We can't keep our arm covered 24/7 because it'd be suspicious to Ellie. But we can cover it for periods of time. We just have to watch what we say while the arm is unwrapped.
Alyssa nods, and she scratches where she can around the binding, but she doesn't physically touch it. Barrett,
I'm gonna.
go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry. No, you go ahead.
Barrett looks at the both of you, looks back over at Namriel, looks at George, who is now cuddling the cat, and sheathes his weapon. Nightmare, he walks to your unconscious form, grabs you by both of your legs, and flips you face side up. He peers down at you and goes, huh. Okay. And then proceeds to drag you to a tent. He then flips you around and drags you still on your back inside the tent. He looks at you, goes, it'll be fine. What's your passive perception again?
Mine?
Yes.
Shit, like, I think 14?
Yeah, but unconscious, would he have any perception?
Oh, that's very
true.
true. That's very true. Thank you for pointing. Yeah, you don't notice shit. You're sleeping. So Barrett goes back to his spot, And goes, does this happen often?
No. He was probably doing something stupid and his magic got all fucky or something and he hurt himself. He'll be fine. Let him sleep it off.
Barrett goes, okay. Is anybody else hungry? I've got a good stew going.
Yep, I'm like, should we collectively right now decide to call you by a different name since you are disguised? Well, no, she would already know that you're with us. Never mind, don't worry about it, because we didn't buy the arm until after we left.
That is a very good point. And no, my lady, there's a lot of Barretts around here. The name's not uncommon. It was all the rage
Okay,
the year I was born. You know, they go in waves.
I'm gonna unwrap her arm now. It's fine for us to talk about going for the keystone, because Ellie knows that we have to find one anyway. And so I'm gonna take the bracer and wrapping off of Alyssa's arm.
Okay, as you do so, you notice that the cloth underneath has been completely charred. It looks like a piece of carbon cloth. Her skin underneath is undamaged, but the cloth itself is charred, and you can see that it looks like it would not have lasted more than a couple of hours.
Okay.
The bracer that you remove, of course, is dry and crusty around the edges. The bracer might have lasted another 6.
All right. Let's eat and get some food.
Okay, it's a very simple campfire setup. It's a big pot in the middle. From what you could tell, it's got potatoes, carrots, and venison.
Sounds good.
Alyssa goes right behind you and follows your every movement, doing exactly what you do. As she goes back to her spot, Barrett looks over at the goblin and the cat, goes, well, I guess you can have Namriel's bowl. So he fixes a bowl, and then another one with putting a lot less in that second one, more meat, light veggies, as he takes it to George the goblin and the cat and puts it down in front of the cat for them and hands it to the goblin, who proceeds to eat. And then he goes back and he sits and he's like, okay, so we've got a couple of things we need to iron out before everybody goes to sleep. This is a pretty decent set of woods, but I wouldn't go to sleep without somebody on watch. Since Namriel is out for the count, I say he takes first watch tomorrow night, but I'll take first watch tonight if you want to take second, my lady.
Sounds good. I'm gonna put Nicodemus in my lap while I eat my soup really quick. And I'm like, I'll go ahead and nod off. Alyssa, you go ahead. And glad we could help George. And just wake me up when it's my turn for watch.
George goes, it's nice to have friends. Good night. And he gobbles his stew, puts the bowl beside the fire, and curls up on the log with the cat laying on his chest. And just nods off. Alyssa sees you go into a tent, claims one of the other tents that evidently Barrett had said was hers. As Barrett leaves the fire area and begins a slow patrol. You can hear the rustlings, and the night passes. It's a very peaceful night. The moon's nice and big. There's no big rustling. It's very peaceful. So everybody goes off to sleep. Both of you roll me d20s, please. That's a 4 from Namriel and a 9 from Ubrana. Nightmare, You wake up from your magically induced slumber, of course, very, very soon. It turns into actual slumber as you begin to dream.
That was the point.
Your dreams are full of a dark, dank cave and an oily rainbow slick that's covering everything. You're trying to find your way out of the cave and you can't. Every time you try to move, the oil slick moves with you, not allowing you to pass. Yabrana, you dream of a very simple night at home with your family when you still lived at home in your mountains before you found the name of Mariar. It's a nice, peaceful evening. The worrying if you're crazy hasn't begun yet, and you feel a slight wistfulness of the old days of home.
Nice.
Around 3 o'clock in the morning, Yabrana, you hear a scratching at your tent door. It's persistent enough and loud enough that it wakes you from your sleep.
My
Going
turn to
bed
watch,
it's the
eh?
cat.
What was that, Namriel?
I said I'm willing to bet it's the cat.
Oh, Yabrana, you wake up and it is Barrett at your tent door. Tent flap.
Oh.
It's my turn for watch.
It is. The fire is baked. George and the cat are found. Headed to bed. Holler if you need anything. And he goes across.
Sounds good, friend.
He waves at you and goes across to his tent. Lays down. You can hear a couple of bits of rustling, but it looks like he's soldier trained. Boy, when his head is down, he's out. Yabrana, you have a couple hours till dawn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna circle patrol. Keep an eye on the camp. Make sure nothing bad happens. While away my time.
Okay. So
While I am circling the camp, going to occasionally take a look at that coin that I found. Just hold it, play with it, flip it. You know, just random things people do when they're bored with coins.
Would you say that you're proficient at it?
I mean, let's see what I got. So it wouldn't be considered like acrobatics. It would be
I think it would be a dexterity. Wouldn't it?
My dexterity is trash. I'm not being reckless with it. Just twiddling with it. You know what I mean?
I
Keep
do.
my hands busy.
I do. As you make your rounds around the camp, it's very peaceful. The closer you get to the southern edge of the camp, you can start hearing water flowing. So you know that there is going to be a waterfall nearby. You just not sure how close it is. Other than that, you hear nothing as the night progresses. Do me a favor.
Walking around.
Do me a favor. On your next coin flip, let me know if it landed heads or tails.
Right.
Heads would be the mural that's on the one side, and tails would be the M.
So 1 for heads, 2 for tails. It's tails.
As you're wandering, and you give the coin a good strong flick, the cat begins to join you on your wanders.
Hello, friend.
Hello. I see you
Had
found a
enough
token.
of your nap, I see.
Ah, well, the best hunting is
Sorry.
done at night. No worries, friend.
Ain't,
I see you
ain't
have.
that true?
I see you have a token.
This thing?
Ah, yes. Tokens are.
I'm trying to remember. Sorry, can I do a history check and remember exactly how I got it?
Absolutely. So you found that in your small bag of holding. It acts as a magical focus for you.
That's right. Yes. Yes, I guess it's a magical focus.
Yes, they can be. Oh, look, a bug. As she says that, they reach out with their paws and they just murder the bug and shake their paw off and continue walking with you.
Okay. It's casual insect murder. I get it.
Do you
If you
say
see
that?
any spiders, feel free.
So I am assuming you're saying all that out loud then.
Yes.
Well, I am a cat. One must do what one's nature dictates.
Well, about that nature, you leave Nicodemus alone. He's a nice guy.
You mean you're a rat? That's not a rat.
Yep, I don't know what he is, but he's definitely not a fucking rat.
No.
I didn't
No.
realize it at first. Just looked like a rat. I tend to take things at face value.
I've noticed. Allow me, if you will wait but a moment, allow me to see your little token, please. Up close.
Sure, I hold it out to him.
They reach up and they extend
Then-
their claws into your pant leg to kind of hold on and reach up to your hand. It's not that big of a stretch for them. They're doing it mostly for show. As they look down, and of course it's still flipped on the M side. As they look and they go, you know, these things are typically best when worn. Let me help you with that.
With what?
They said those things are best when worn, and they say, let me help you with that.
When the war.
And they breathe over your token. In your palm, the air, the mist that they exhale is cool and damp on your skin as it traces a little bubble around your coin. That bubble coalesces, condenses, and with a wet pop sound, you can see that your coin has been centered in a silver. Have you ever seen a gyro thing?
Yeah, like a gyroscope.
Yeah, exactly like a gyroscope.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, so it has 3 rings. The first ring on the inside is inscribed with cats. The second ring on the
Nice.
outside is inscribed with rats. The third ring on the outside is described with a strange flower.
I mean, your god is the god of specific flowers, so
Yeah.
that makes sense.
The chain attached at the top, where the pin has gone through all 3 rings plus your coin, not damaging any of it, allowing it to freely spin. The chain is woven in such a way that it looks like a vine, but it looks like it's very well intricate. It doesn't look like it's going to pull or tear. And it's long enough for you to loop it over your head without having to clasp or unclasp it. And it would sit probably right in the middle of your chest.
Beautiful.
Well, thank you. I do so love working with my hands. Or she takes her claws and digs them into your pant leg. Just kind of give you your pants a good outside scritch, not touching your skin, but definitely leaving little holes in your pants. Or paws as she releases you.
Thank you. I put the necklace on.
Much better. Your friend will have a little treat for him when he wakes up as well. Though, casting sleep on oneself is a bit
Is
of a...
that what he did?
Oh, yes. Yes, that's exactly what he did. But he'll have a surprise for him too when he awakes.
You guys keep going. I gotta go get something to drink real quick.
Don't
You're
forget.
good.
Don't forget our bargain. Something with scales and cold. Bring me back my treat, and I will give you the next little tidbit. You'll have to do all the work. I'm not doing shit in this life. But help I can and will do.
Okay.
But betray my trick, and all the heavens help you. With that, they pounce away to go curl back up on George's chest to see he's still sleeping.
Okay. I'm gonna flip my little gyroscope necklace. Go, nice.
You do
Keep
so.
trolling.
Do me a religion roll, please.
All right. That's performance religion. All right. Ugh.
You don't hear shit. You don't feel anything. You don't hear anything. It's just meditative.
I'm
And
not bringing in something cold with scales if I have to bring it a pangolin.
you hear a muted chuckle from the cat that is stretching back out to finish its nap. As you do so, the rest of your watch goes smoothly. Nothing bothers you, nothing irritates you, nothing sounds out of the way. It's just normal forest nighttime sounds as the sun rises.
No. Ugh. As the sun's rising, can I check and see if there are any of those ingredients around
Absolutely.
for the coffee?
Yeah, that's a survival check. It's dogsbane, clover, and thorn nettles, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll do the nature and your survival. You are a druid and a dwarf,
Okay, so
so you definitely have advantage on the survival and nature rolls both. So absolutely, you find the dogsbane clover. It's a relatively shaded area with all the trees around. You don't find the nettlebane or the nettles, but you do find the dog's clover. You use the tools given you by Cookie the Cook to harvest them, and you harvest them in an ethical manner. You know, you leave enough for them to self-repopulate. As you cut them, you notice that they have a very unique smell to them. They smell like wet dog.
Gross.
It is rather gross.
I'm gonna set them out to dry a little bit near the fire.
You should have just enough time. The fire has been banked. It's got coals that are still hot enough to dry them. As the sun rises. Nightmare, are you back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you go to wake up and you feel something clasped along your left wrist.
I look down at my wrist.
Somehow, some way, something happened overnight, and your little statuette has been transformed. The face of a gentleman you do not know is banded along the upper part of the band. Along the rest of the band, you could see elements of fire, elements of water, and you notice that the bracelet is fitted in such a way that you cannot remove it.
Take it off.
It's snug enough to be comfortable, not too snug to be uncomfortable, and it rotates just fine. But there is no removing that without removing your arm, or at least your hand.
So I can't even break the bitch off.
You could definitely try.
I don't think I want to. Sorry. I'll walk out of the tent and say, okay, so who the fuck touched my statue and why is it a bracelet now? By the way, thank you in advance. But what the fuck?
Your loud words cause Barrett to rush out of the tent. Sword again drawn. As you see a groggy Alyssa begin to crawl from hers as well. The Goblin George is still passed out with the cat lounging across his tummy, absolutely asleep.
That cheeky motherfucker.
Barrett's like, who? What? Where? Why yell?
I don't even know if I should begin to explain. We got something. Well,
I'm gonna make sure Alyssa's asleep and her arms covered by a blanket.
yes, actually, before I say anything.
Alyssa was crawling out of her tent, so she is now outside of her tent, and the band is showing. You've taken off everything around it.
Okay, I'm gonna wrap it again. We'll have her sit down really quick and we'll wrap it again.
Okay, what do you have on your person to wrap it?
I've got rope.
No, rope's not gonna work. I should have a spare set of clothing in my bag. I'm just gonna shred it. Just one of the shirts that should give me 4 or 5 wraps.
Okay, just know that with the way the cloth did the other day under the leather, you probably gonna maybe get an hour worth of use of that cloth. Okay, because there's nothing
just trying to
over it.
I'm gonna put the bracer back on. That'll give us at least
Another 6 hours. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Alyssa is a little groggy, but she holds her left arm out with no complaint. Her right arm still has the bangle. And it is wrapped.
Perfect. All right, you were saying?
I don't even know. Like, all over there. Found this weird ass statue.
Oi, Nightmare. Yeah, Nightmare, you broke up really bad there, bud. You're going to have to repeat that. Give it a minute.
That better?
Very much so.
While we were at the place, I don't remember the name, nor do I really care too much. I found this weird ass statue. It was magic focus. I was planning on spending some of the time I was down here working on converting it. But when I woke up, I felt this old bitch just clasp upon my wrist, and I can't get it the fuck off.
Barrett's like, do you think you were cursed? I mean, let me look as he rushes. He rushes to you.
It's not a curse. It's not a curse. It's my magic focus that I found. But, like, it's just stuck.
Barrett gets to you. He puts his sword away, and then he reaches out for your left arm to grasp your forearm and to look at the bracelet. Unfortunately, he accidentally touches it, which he goes, fuck, damn it, shit, as he starts waving his hand around. That hurt.
What happened?
It shocked the shit out of me.
Well, I mean, it does have different elements on the outside of it. So you probably just got unlucky.
I'm not touching that shit again. You Brownie, you touch it.
It's a good old game of Russian roulette. I say as I take my right hand and put it on the bracelet.
It does nothing to you.
Oh, would you look at that? Nothing happened.
You smarmy bastard, as Barrett is still shaking his hands. Damn, it's numb.
You're okay.
Alyssa rushes over to Barrett. She reaches in her pocket and pulls out a handkerchief as she, passes it to him for him to wrap his hand.
The cat's still here, right? Oh, yeah, you said I saw him.
Yeah.
Come here, jackass.
The cat.
I say as I put my hand... No, not the cat.
Oh.
Not the cat. I say to Barrett. And once he gets over here, I take my hand, hover it over the top of his, and use Cure Wounds.
It goes off without a hitch. The tingling, the numbing goes away. The owl goes away. He looks down at his chest, disappointed. He's like, what happened to the boobs, man?
It's not happening right now, and I know exactly why, but I am not allowed to talk about it.
That was really weird. Somehow I got muted.
It's okay.
We can hear you now.
So I, while they're handing the scrap to Barrett to put on his hand, I snatch it really quick and I go, "Hey Barrett, touch my necklace."
Okay, so those two things.
Before I get to cast it.
It can happen simultaneously. Barrett, you touch him.
I want to see what
heal him
happens
up.
before I cast it.
Okay, so we will redact that then. All right, so
Temporarily.
It's an experiment.
Alyssa hands Barrett the handkerchief. You snatch the handkerchief before Barrett can grab it, as you say, "Hey, touch my necklace." That right?
And I hold it out to him. Yeah. Well, it's still in my throat, but the chain's long, so I hold it out.
Barrett goes, "Mother." Fine. He reaches out with his right hand as he touches your necklace. He goes blank for a second. Like, he's gone. Just for a second. There's just like nothing there. So he goes, "Huh?
Hello, anyone home?"
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Barrett yawned. A really big yawn. Goes, "You know what? I'm too tired for this shit. Nothing happened. That one didn't hurt. But, that one did," as he reaches out and he says, "Handkerchief."
I
Here.
hand him. I'm like,
Don't
That was
worry about the
interesting.
handkerchief. I take my hand, hover it over his hand, and cast Cure Wounds, sealing it up.
Okay, so absolutely fine. You cast it. He looks over at you and goes, "Dude, where's the boobs?"
I am not obligated to talk about why that happened and why it's not happening right now. Or I'm not allowed to, anyway.
Just so damn stingy with the boobs.
It's not my choice.
You guys can hear a cuff sound, and it is Alyssa who is laughing, and the only sound that she can make is a cuff sound. But she is like legitimately bent over, just laughing. Barrett takes his hand and pats her back really lightly, and goes, "It'll be okay. It'll be okay. We'll both get good boobs someday." Alyssa looks up and she's just in tears, and his body joke made her laugh and cry even harder. As you guys hear an annoyed, mornings. George doesn't like mornings, as he reaches up and he scratches his kitty.
I lean over to Nightmare. Well, wait, message is still active, right?
It is.
It's always active.
Okay. And I tell him, it's like, don't say a word about the cat to anybody.
Why do you think I
Ever.
said I wasn't allowed to talk about it?
I know, I'm just reiterating because I think it will kill us. Just saying.
I'm not finna take the chance, so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay, good.
I'm not that big of a dumbass that I'll give away its secret.
As the morning progresses, I'm gonna give you guys a couple of minutes to do a little bit of bookkeeping stuff while I run to the restroom just for a second. You guys, I need to make sure that you guys check your inventories real quick, just to make sure that you've got everything. You guys do have the 5 tents, you have the horse, you have all the rations, you got the potions,
rope.
right? You got the rope. You guys have got your weapons that have been tinted in silver. You guys have got your upgraded heritage weapons. Nightmare, we still need to talk about that bonus on your weapon, but I will allow it, I think, because the way it is written is a little confusing. So go ahead and we'll roll that into the bonuses for your weapon.
Look,
I meant to clear that up.
It's just gonna be a once a day thing. I'm hardly ever gonna use it unless combat gets bad. Like, it's just there. It just exists.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm going to step away for just a minute or two, and you guys just do some housekeeping stuff, and I will be right back. Sorry about that.
All right. So,
You did.
what do we need to do next? Just keep
I
trying to
guess
get
we'll just
through here.
Keep it on to the city, yeah.
Yeet.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. I mean, whatever we got to do works. Dude, I forgot I grabbed food while I stepped away to get a drink, and I just haven't been eating it.
Ooh, you're good. I'm just super tired today.
Oh yeah, my mom tried to make blueberry jam.
Oh yeah,
It actually turned out really good.
that's good. I don't like blueberries.
We're gonna try and do the same with like blackberries and a couple of other things. I just don't know when.
Nice.
They almost filled up an entire 5-gallon bucket this morning with blueberries. So it's just like,
Are they y'all's blueberries or y'all go blueberry picking?
we went to one of mom and dad's friends, I believe, or they did.
Okay.
I didn't go. I was asleep by the time they left.
Everybody say hi to our viewer. We have a viewer.
Hello.
Yay, a viewer. Sorry, I am so tired. I've spent all day drinking.
It is
Don't mind me.
storming outside, so I might get disconnected, but if I do, I'll just hop back on my phone.
Okay.
It's alright. We got stormed on today too.
Oh, it's pouring right now, so if I get disconnected, don't worry. Give me like
What
2 minutes and I'll be back in.
Wait a minute. time out. What happened today was not getting stormed on. The sky opened up and pissed right down our backs with cold fucking rain. We're sitting there. We
were completely soaked.
There wasn't a dry spot anywhere on me except where my thighs rubbed together, okay? My hair was soaked. Everything was soaked. Pocketbook was soaked. All of the... Look, we got so wet that our 12 packs we had to carry in double-handed because they got so wet the cardboard was ripping. And it was literally 15 feet to the car. And by the time we got everything loaded up, no, sir. And it was cold. Cold fucking rain in Florida. I don't know how the hell that should happen. But we did not get just rain on.
It happens because, yes.
The skies opened up and we got piss drenched. All right, let's get back into. Sorry about that. Let's get back into it. So, Barrett and Alyssa are both, getting the camp ready. They're packing the horses. George wakes up, yawns, goes, "I don't like the mornings." Snatches his cat and goes running off like he is booking it.
Bye, George.
Bye,
I'll
nice
stop
lady.
by the tavern later.
And they're gone. Goblins can run pretty quick. Barrett doesn't even look up. Alyssa is staring directly after him going, huh. You guys get the camp rolled up. Barrett looks at you guys and goes, probably the fastest way through is for us to go down by the waterfall and ford it to get to the next kind of like what's the matter, Dragonborn? You don't like getting your tootsies wet?
You know I can fly, right? I'm not too worried about that.
Oh, well, that's just cheating. Can you fly me over too? I don't like getting my tootsies wet.
How much do you weigh? That's the question.
260-ish. I'm not wearing my heavy armor, but I do have my sword.
Question. How much can a young dragon carry?
Considering that a young dragon could carry off a cart with 4 horses, I'd say you're pretty good.
You think I could do it?
Absolutely. Do you know... I mean, I know that you had shrunk your size when you showed Brianna your dragonling form.
I
your young
shipped it into
form.
my... Damn, I forgot the name of it.
Wormling?
Wormling,
yeah.
Yeah.
My brain is like dead.
So if you go like the juvenile, you'd still be able to carry a horse. Yeah. I mean, dragons are fucking awesome. A young dragon definitely carries it for horses, but a wormling a little bit older, yeah, I'd say you could probably carry your person, no problem. You could probably carry the horse, but I wouldn't recommend it. You could try though. Don't want to take away your agency.
A what?
I say you could try to carry the horse. I wouldn't recommend it, but... And Barrett's still over here, just shell-shocked about the fact that you could fly.
Yeah, I can carry you across, but I'm probably gonna sleep the rest of the journey. Or the rest of the time we're moving.
And it's not that deep. Honestly. And it'll save us about a half of a day's journey. The horse can ford it, so we should be absolutely fine.
I'm down.
Whatever y'all want to do, I'm just gonna fly over the damn thing.
Barrett says, "All right, everybody gets packed back up. Is there anything that you would like to would like to do on this map before we get back on the road?"
Nope.
I did everything I wanted.
All right, so we are back on the road. Let me move everybody back over here.
Damn cat.
cat. You don't. What cat?
My
You
cat
don't.
just loves to.
You don't see no cat. And we're gonna use Yabrana's token. It's
That's fine.
it's early morning. You guys can
Sounds
hear
great.
some of the knights passing by. You guys can still hear people on the road getting started early morning. Evidently, you guys were not the only campers out and about. The path that Barrett suggested you guys go down is the one directly to the south.
Yep. Let's head south then.
All right, you guys take a couple of hours to get down south. It's not that hard terrain. Alyssa is on the horse the whole time. Barrett is, again, doing his best to not appear noble. As you guys get to the south end of the road, and you guys come across the thing for the waterfall. Let me see where you guys come in from the side. Let me put your token down. Tokens. Token. Hebron.
Yeah, I see nothing.
It's 2. Did I move it over? I moved it over. Namriel. Alyssa. And Barrett.
There we go.
As you guys come to a pretty decent looking waterfall. Please note the horse is there. It's a big token. I don't want to clutter stuff up. You guys go through. It's a little bit of a lighter area. The trees are dense more toward where the road ends, because you guys are cutting across country. You guys aren't going down the road. You're just kind of cutting across. It'll save you about a half of a day. You come to a waterfall. It's a relatively good sized waterfall. There are 2 sets of waterfalls to it. It empties out into a bit of a lake bed that leads further down into another river. There are fish galore in this thing. You can see them since they're swimming upstream. Both of you give me a history check, or a survival check, whichever one you're more comfortable with. See if you guys can identify the fish. With your advantage, Yabrana, that is a nat 20. Nightmare, you want to roll, or do you just not interested? We might have lost a Nightmare.
He said he might disconnect because of the storm end.
Yeah.
I had to go do something. I'm back.
All right, not a problem. Would you like to do a history check or a survival check to see if you can see what kind of fish are in the water?
Let me see which of mine are higher. My survival is ass, and so is my history.
They're fish.
At least I'm not a dumbass. At least I'm not a complete dumbass.
So these fish are swimming upstream, and they're actually kind of jumping the little waterfall bit. So you can, Namriel, you know they're fish. Yabrana, you know that these are rainbow trout.
Nice.
Freshwater rainbow trout. Let me reiterate, freshwater rainbow trout. And they are huge. In the second pocket of that waterfall, you can see that would be nice. That's some base. That would be some prime fishing area. Other than that, you guys can notice that there is a couple of spiders. For sure, scurrying under the underbrush. They're forest spiders, so they're pretty good size. I'd say they're about a foot across. So when they move, you can see them. But they're just doing their spider things. They're not irritating anybody.
Spidery doodads.
They are doing what Spideys do. It looks like there's,
Spiders are disgusting.
you should be able to.
They're cute. Leave them alone.
No.
What the fuck you do then? What did they ever do to you?
They exist.
So fucking what? Unless you've been bit by one, I don't know why you hate them.
I'm not gonna mess with them. They're creepy with their legs and their eyeballs.
How close is a spider to me?
Within 15 feet.
Oh, where?
That little doodad right there, that's a speed eater.
I'm gonna walk up to it slowly and kind of like non-threateningly just try and like get it to come to me.
Animal handling is.
I'll even hold out a ration to try and lure it.
Okay. Animal handling with advantage with the ration.
Okay, I'm using.
Doesn't
Damn!
like the shit out of you. It's gonna fucking bite you.
So
And I
a
will
7.
laugh.
Did you just use your DM inspiration on that?
Yes.
I will
And
not.
it turned out to be a nat 1.
It was a bad DM inspiration. It was good to get it out of the way.
Okay.
I guess.
Nightmare. The spider does pay attention to you. They do notice that you're holding out a pack of tasty rations. They turn. They look at you. And then they begin to climb up your leg.
Ugh,
How many?
no.
Or is it just that one?
It's just the one, but it's a foot.
It's a giant foot-long spider.
It's a foot-long spider. They curl up your leg. They ignore the ration. And then they begin climbing up the back of your tunic.
I say in Draconic, if you bite me, I'm gonna turn you into a roasted fucking spider.
The spider is not paying any attention to you.
Spiders speak Draconic.
The spider does not pay
I
any.
know, I said it so no one else could hear me.
The spider pays zero attention to you as it continues its climb. And if I'm not mistaken, you're still in your human disguise, correct? The one that you left the city with. So that means that you have you have your blonde hair. They climb up.
Blonde, goldish, yeah.
Yeah, they climb up the back of your tunic and they climb and sit atop your head. It's a foot long spider. It is now sitting on top of your head, and it is getting comfortable.
Okay.
Oh, God, I hate you so much right now. I'm going to take Nicodemus and I'm going to put him on top of my head to keep him safe from the water because I don't know how deep it is.
Hey, Nicodemus, could you do me a favor?
Nicodemus turns his head in your general direction now that he's out of Yabrana's pocket and is on her head. Also, he's holding your hair like a leash, just so you know.
Nice.
Is there by any chance you can communicate with other animals or creatures like the one up there?
Nicodemus looks, takes a really long look at you, and then gives one long screeching chitter. The spider, terrified, hops off of your head into the trees and scurries away.
I
But-
wanted him around.
Nicodemus gives you
Should
a
have been more specific in asking for help.
chuff
That's fair.
chuff as they take the hair Yabrana they have in their paws and they divide it. So now they're holding it like a set of reins. And
Nice.
instead of
Hold on,
directing you across the river, he gives you a tug to the left, which would be your north.
This way?
No, he tugs you toward the center of the waterfall.
Oh, this way. Like this.
Yep, once you begin walking in the direction he wants to go, he stops pulling.
Okay, so like here at the edge.
Yeah, you will look at the edge. What would you like to do?
Can I see behind the waterfall?
You can't see through the waterfall, but you can do a general investigation of the area. Nightmare, you can as well.
I'm just having terrible fucking rolls today.
Is that your first investigation roll of the day?
Yes.
After you put on your bracelet?
Yes.
You have advantage, sir.
What?
What? You didn't think that your trinkets were just arcane magical focuses, did you?
I did.
No. Oh, no. Namriel, your vision intensifies. Your focus is absolute. And you notice that on the side of the waterfall that Yabrana is at, there is a hole carved into the rock.
Ooh.
Yabrana,
I want
about...
to walk over to it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yabrana, about this same time, you notice that there's also a hole in the rock.
Does let's see what I got here. Can I see anything in the hole?
Though you can't see to the edge of the hole. The hole, let me explain it. It is a weather-worn hole. It's about the size of a human arm, and you can't see what's in the back of it. It's too dark.
I want to use change shape and transform into a bat.
Absolutely, put that on the screen.
Change shape is the dragon thing. There's nothing I can like.
That is correct because that's your lineage. Yeah, since it's not a spell, since it's an inherent ability, there is no wild magic roll to make. You turn yourself into a bat. Barrett and Alyssa both look at you. Now bat shaped. Alyssa takes both of her hands and rubs her eyes, kind of like you do when you're waking up. And Barrett goes, "That's fucking cool. I don't think you can carry me, though. You are now a bat."
In this form, I couldn't. And one of the other few I could.
You can't speak in your bat form except to somebody you have the message spell with. So you can speak to Yabrana, but you cannot speak to anybody else.
And I had a message spell with Barrett, too. Remember, I set that up like a little while ago.
You did before you guys left, and he consented. So absolutely, no, that goes through without a hitch. He's like, yeah, I didn't think so. So, why are you a bat?
There's a hole over here.
Of course. You know, I'm beginning to see how You guys messed up my mom's plans so good.
What are you talking about? I have no idea what you mean.
Be careful. Your sarcasm is showing. Namriel, you are now a bat. Yabrana, you're right there beside him. You just seen him transform into a bat. So is Nicodemus as he chirps.
So,
Nicodemus looks
So
over.
you want me to go investigate? I say to Arya. Or are you Brana, I should say.
sure.
I fly into the hole.
The hole is about 3 feet long. You don't have really good eyesight as a bat. However, your sonar is on par. At the very back of this hole, there is a lever.
I want to fly over to it and try and, like, wiggle it down.
You try to wiggle it down, but you don't have enough body mass as a bat to move it.
Okay, I fly back out and say, hey, there's a lever in there. Pull it.
I don't know. Or,
I'm telling you to pull the damn lever.
okay, all right. So come out of the hole, I guess. And
I
Stick-
did.
okay, I'm gonna stick my arm in and I'm gonna pull the lever.
You pull the lever, and a couple things happen. The first thing is that you hear a click, click, snick as the lever pulls back, and something traps your arm.
Fun.
You have the lever is pulled, you heard a click, click, snick. Now your arm is stuck.
So, bit of a problem here, fellas. My arm is stuck.
Alyssa
Did anybody
races.
see anything happen?
Alyssa,
Ooh.
Alyssa races over to you as they look at you, and they wanted to make sure that they saw what you said as they begin to try to tug on your arm. They're not doing it with a lot of force. They're just trying to unstuck you. Barrett wanders over. Nightmare, are you still in your bat form?
No, I dropped back to my human form.
Barrett,
I'm trying to look around and see if anything changed.
you could tell that the water's not flowing quite as hard. There's an audible lessening in the sound. Barrett looks and goes, well, the water's not running as frequently. Yabrana, try letting go of the lever and pulling your hand out.
I let go of it.
As you let go of the lever, the pressure around your wrist releases, and you're able to pull back your arm. However, the waterfall begins to flow just as hard as it did before.
Yup.
Okay. Give me
One of
some
us is
rope.
gonna have to stay up here. I have
No, we're
150 feet right here. I say
No,
as I
we're not.
pull it out of my bag.
Give me some rope. We'll make a little loop. and
There's
I'll look
150
around,
feet of it.
and I'll pull my hand out. I'll make a little slip knot. I'll put it over the lever, and I'll pull my hand back out, and I will pull the lever using the rope.
Your plan goes off without a hitch. You guys take the rope, Your Brana, you do a slip knot. You put it over the lever. You pull your hand way back out, bringing the rope back out with you. Making sure it's nice and snug. As you pull the rope, the lever engages. As the waterfall levels lessen, you could almost see that there's some kind of depreciation behind the center of the waterfall, but the water's still running too fast for you guys to get to it.
Huh. Anybody got any ideas? Well, first I'm going to take the rope and I'm going to tie it off.
There's
So
plenty
that
of
the lever does not.
Yeah, no, there's plenty of things to tie it off to. You tie it off successfully.
All right, I'm going to. How deep is the water, you think?
On you, it would be chest deep, but on everybody else, it'll probably be like waist deep. Now that the flow's lessened, it's a lot calmer. You're able to walk by with no problems. You're going to investigate the cliff?
Yup.
Or give me a roll.
Gotta find my thing. I'm doing it. Jesus, give me a second. Fuck. Ooh.
What were you doing again?
Twiddling my thumbs, apparently. There's got to be something else to this, guys. Anybody else want to like look around?
Who knows? Maybe my investigation will go a little bit better. Never mind. I'm transforming into a bat has my vision fucked.
What are you investigating
We'll swim.
all the way over on the other side? Namriel, you need to show me where you're investigating at.
I guess right through here.
Okay, so you don't have advantage.
Walking back and forth between these two.
Yeah, you don't have advantage on that
Just
one.
looking around, seeing if I can.
But you definitely notice that there could be a hole there. It looks like it's been covered over with like slime and algae.
What? Right over here?
Yes.
Oh,
I want to take one of my daggers and try and scrape it off.
You do so, revealing another hole.
Oh, there's another one over here.
you gonna investigate it again?
I have a very strong feeling I know what it is.
Yeah, but like, what if there's like spiders or bats in there?
Let me see. I am going to cast Dark Vision on myself. I know I have to roll a D20 for, or is it a D100
That's just a D20 for the
for wild magic? That's an 8.
You cast dark vision, so the darkest places seem as bright as the light of day. However, it has made you go cross-eyed.
I'm not using it for long. I look back into the uncovered hole now.
You look back into it. There's algae, some slime, but there's also another lever at the back.
There's just algae slime, but there is another lever back there.
All right, we're gonna do the same thing with the rope.
I
Um,
spelled the dark vision.
so
You give your head a
I
shake.
guess however much.
Oh,
Huh?
we'll say that there's about 10 feet of rope. If you would like to cut it, there's about 10 feet of rope that's securing the lever. So that'll leave you guys with 140 feet.
Okay, I'll cut it, and I'll come over here, cut it, and then go over here and do the same thing.
I'll drop the value to 130 because we're probably gonna have to secure this one too.
All right. And it's done. Notes made. Yabrana, absolutely. You do the same thing you did with the other side. As you pull back on the rope, you hear a click, click, as whatever was in the center of the waterfall crumbles away. The waterfall doesn't stop, but it slows to a very gentle pitter patter of light rain. There is a cave that has been opened behind the waterfall.
Cool.
From there, you can just tell it's a dark cave. It goes back away.
Let's go explore the creepy cave.
Yeah, because nothing bad's ever happened. This doesn't remind me of my dream.
Barrett,
Nothing bad's ever happened in a cave. What are you talking about?
Barrett stops you both
No,
and says,
nothing.
Barrett stops you both and says, you guys are going to need torches. How long do we wait before we go in after you? And I'm going to fish.
Sounds great.
How long do I wait before I go in after you?
Give us an hour or two.
Yeah.
I can do that.
We love secrets.
He takes Alyssa's hand, or offers it to take her hand. She puts her hand in his, and they walk across to the other side of the now very peaceful thing as they lead the horse across. And Barrett sets up like he's going to be fishing. He starts pulling stuff from his pack, starts to explain to Alyssa as he waves, y'all have fun. Nightmare, you did a cantrip, produce flame.
That's me.
Oh.
That's Arya.
That's a druid cantrip.
Okay, so you walk
I'm
with
just holding it in my hand.
Nicodemus still has 2 strands of your hair in his hands. He's just sitting on top of your head, chilling. You guys walk down the darkened corridor that's now lit up with your flames, Yabrana. As you go down this tunnel, very quickly the light from the outside dims. The flame is enough for you guys to see. The cave is dark and it goes on for about 100 yards, so that's about 300 feet. There's nothing blocking your way. There are no obstructions. It's a slippery walk because, of course, there's water running down. It's a slight downslope. So you guys managed to get down to where the cave opens back up into what is absolutely a gorgeous underground grotto. Get your tokens. You walk in, and the first thing that you notice is there are mushrooms growing here, and they are huge. There's types of fern-like trees. They don't have leaves. They have foliage like lichen. It's a very earthy smell. It's like you just walked into somebody cooking the most aromatic mushroom stew that you've ever smelled in your life. There is a pond in the center with a some kind of fish that is down at the bottom. You can only see the reflection of rainbow scales. Yabrana, stop right there.
I remember that.
Namriel,
Last campaign.
stop right there. Both of you give me Constitution saving throws, please.
If you say that's not enough, I swear. That's not.
Namriel, the smell just is a smell to you. Neither good nor bad.
Smelly
Yabrana.
smell that smells.
Yes, I did that. Yabrana, you get a feeling of just calm. It's very calming here. You really like it. It's soothing. The fish in the middle of the pond splashes about a bit. And it's illuminated by some of the algae and lichen and mushrooms that are just littering the place. So it's pretty well lit. You still have your produce flame cantrip active.
Yes, it lasts for 10 minutes.
You can walk 300 feet in 10 minutes. Absolutely,
as long as
it's
I
still
don't
active.
do any other actions or anything. It's pretty bright in here, though.
It is.
Correct?
It is. It's very well lit. Everybody okay? I heard a thump.
Mama closing the bathroom door.
That'll do it.
Come up to the edge of the water and dip my fingertips in.
Okay. I need a con save, a D100 roll, and a D20 roll, please.
Okay, Constitution saving throw. A
Yep.
D20 and a what?
A D100 and a D20. You dip your fingers into the water, and the fish inside the water begins to thrash violently.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes. I didn't mean to upset him.
Who puts their fingers in someone else's water? As the fish slowly rises its eye above the waterline.
I'm gonna sit on the stone steps, not touching any water. I was like, it was just beautiful. I just wanted to touch it. Like, everything in here is beautiful.
Yes. Compliment or faint? Let's see. As you both feel a zone of truth go up. Now, you guys know with the zone of truth, you guys can either roll against it or you can purposely fail. What do you guys do?
I will purposefully fail.
Do they know that we try? Like, do they know if? What do I have to roll? I'm just curious.
It's a Constitution's. It's a con save, and you have to get above a 15. That will allow you to.
Oh,
It will allow you to lie inside the cone of truth. However, you won't know if the person knows if you don't know if that person knows if you've failed it or passed it. So you don't know if they know if you're lying or not. So you can either roll to try to pass or on purpose fail, but you don't know if they know whether or not you failed or passed. Do you get it? If you try to intentionally lie, they could either know and or not know.
YOLO.
YOLO. So fucking stupid. The dumbest word ever.
I passed.
And then he rolls a dirty 20. I'm not even. Fuck it. You get your DM inspiration back, but only once for that bullshit. Yeah, that's not right. Okay, Zone of Truth is up, and they asked compliment or deception. What's your answer, Wicked? Or Yabrana?
So all they say is compliment.
Or deception.
And then
Or
they cast
deception.
and then they cast the Zone of
Compliment.
Truth. Okay. Both eyes rise from the water, and they're unique. One eye is silver, pure silver, like a solid orb of silver. The other eye is rainbowed, just like the rest of their body. As both eyes focus on you and they go, truth. It is very beautiful here. I do like it. What brings you to my home?
Honestly, pure happenstance. We have stumbled upon this place. Oh, I mean, I don't. Well, I mean, this motherfucker might have had something to do with it.
Don't go pointing fingers at me.
I'm pointing at Nicodemus.
Oh.
Nicodemus
bad.
Nicodemus cheerily waves one of his hands, and you could feel it as he's waving because it's tugging on your hair.
So I guess not pure happenstance. He directed us to the levers.
You hear two
And
happy
we figured it
squeaks.
out from there.
Then it's begun, has it? So,
Say that again. I'm sorry, I coughed.
no worries.
What's begun?
They said, so it has begun, has it? As their eyes focus, one on you, one on Damriel as they go. And who do you serve?
Hopefully the people.
I just walk around and do whatever.
So, a ne'er-do-well and a do-gooder. Fuck me running. Okay.
More of a stumbler. I stumble into things like finding shit, people, places, whatever he is.
The fish does a lazy...
Magical orbs.
The fish does a very lazy circle around the pond. just vibing. Again, he picks his head up and goes, truth again. That is odd. So, you're here. They're here. Do you have them? Come now. Do you have them?
Have what?
The fish violently thrashes. You've come to me without the items? You've come to me without the things?
The tokens? I hold out my necklace. You mean like this?
Oh, you're his get. Okay. No, that clears that right up. No, I have one purpose. Just one. I can imbue 2 items with godly magic. It's the last of my reserves. It's the only thing I can do to help, and you don't have them yet.
I pull out my heritage weapon. This?
The fish rolls violently in the water again as it goes.
I'm fucking retarded.
Do you say that? Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
At least this one speaks true. You will know the items when you find them. They will have my hue. There are 2.
Oh.
Bring them to me, and they will allow you to find the 2 lost ones. If it's begun, then you are the ones that have been chosen by them to reconstruct them. Or am I wrong about you both?
I think you're right. I could be wrong. I don't know. Does the name Mariar mean anything to you?
Who?
Okay, so that's a no.
Take that as a no.
Oh, you guys are gonna need help. Fine. As you feel the zone of truth disperse, the fish thing circles around its pond a lot, building up more and more and more momentum until it creates a whirlpool in the center of the pond. In the center of that pond are 2 rainbow colored fish scales.
Ooh.
The fish is still swimming.
Did I lose you?
Nope. The fish is still swimming. The whirlpool is still there. There are
Okay.
2 rainbow scales at the bottom.
Is that an invitation to go get them? Because he got pretty pissed when I just touched his pond. I don't think he wants my whole body in it.
So, without touching the water, how do you guys retrieve the scales?
Namri, I'll turn into a bat and go get the scales.
It's a once a day thing.
Oh, shit.
Fuck.
So he's spinning around and he created a whirlpool. So are the scales in the center of the pond just dry? Are
Yes.
they at the bottom and there's water? Okay.
No, no. At the center of the pond,
How deep is the pond?
probably about 4 feet. It's not very deep.
Oh, okay. Um. Uh, uh, is that an invitation for me to go in and get them? Like, I don't know. It's not like I got like. I don't think he'd want me whipping out some fishing gear.
How far is it to the center of the pond?
Not very far.
Not that
15
far.
feet.
How many feet?
About.
15?
Yep.
Shit, if I had basic level telekinesis, I could grab that shit, but I don't.
I mean, you do have the one-time use of the ring of jumpy bullshit,
I already
don't
used
you?
it.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, because I wouldn't want to use a magic in here. I don't know if it'll go fucky.
I'll cast Detect Magic and see if it goes fucky.
Okay, so you cast Detect Magic. Please roll me a d20. That's a spell, not a cantrip.
Okay. Okay, so it does go fucky still. So I don't know if you want to risk that.
So you cast Detect Magic, and the
Um.
entire place lights up like a damn firecracker. It's either
Oh, I bet.
enchanted or bathed in arcana or bespelled. You're not sure exactly what, but there's magic. There's magic everywhere.
Yeah, well, of course.
Well, I was in the water a lot while we were in the waterfalls, so I'm pretty clean. Um. I guess I'll test it. I'll stick my arm in the water.
You stick the arm in the water and nothing happens.
All right, I'm gonna slide into the water and go grab the scales.
You manage to weave your way in between where the fish is swimming to create the whirlpool. You get to the scales.
I'm gonna pick them up.
You got to pick them both up, but you can't. You can only grab one.
Okay, I'm
I
gonna grab mine and get
Get
out of the
into the
water.
water and start walking towards the scale. Just trying to make my way to it.
Debrana, I didn't say you could move.
Oh, I'm
Get
sorry.
get back in that water. Thank you. Or get back in the yeah. So you're in the dry spot. Namriel, you go. You get in the water. Nothing happens. Debrana, you have one scale. Namriel, there's one scale left on the ground.
I grab it.
As you do, the water comes rushing back and envelops you both in a water bubble. Both of you roll Constitution saving throws. Yabrana, you have disadvantage.
Why do I have disadvantage?
That's a 17.
It's a 10.
On the inside of the bubble that you guys are in, a scene begins to play out. You're somewhere. There's marble everywhere. Maybe it's a temple. As the water rotates, you move. As you walk down a long marble corridor, at the very end of it, there's a low dais. very low. It's probably about 6 inches from the ground. And on that dais there are two statues. They couldn't be more different from one another. One is a statue of a rat. But not just any rat. This rat is missing an ear. It has an eye patch over one eye. In one paw, it's grasping a set of die. In the other paw, is grasping a deck of cards. On the opposite of that statue, you see a pillow. It's a statue, it's a pillow. But on this pillow are embroidered runes, words, languages, and the more you look at the statue, the more the images shift. You both hear a pop as
Can
the
I
bubble.
read any of the runes?
Yeah. Let's. You're a scholar. Let's do a history check with advantage.
Because there might be some clues in those runes. It's 10.
You have a slight recollection of an old memory about the Dream King and pillows. That's all you can remember. And no, you can't read any of the runes. You guys hear a pop as the water coalesces up under you and grabs you both and puts you gently back on the steps as the fish stops its violent twirling and disappears from view.
Bye.
Oh, that was weird.
Nicodemus gives two sharp.
I've seen a lot weirder.
That's true.
Nicodemus gives two distressed squeaks as they shake the water droplets off of their cloak.
Sorry about it.
He pats you on top of the head.
I guess we can go. I mean, unless we see anything else interesting.
You see a lot interesting. Oh, a lot of the mushrooms around here you've never encountered before.
I mean, I don't want to like fuck up his home though by taking mushrooms.
No, but you're a scholar, so if you can't take something you've never seen it before, what would you do?
I can write it down in my journal.
Namriel, you're really, 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 really pulled to this big red mushroom over here. You don't know why.
I'm gonna walk around and catalog all the mushrooms and do a rough outline sketch of the cave.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. Both of you take a short rest. Make sure that all of your, if you use the spell slots, you get them back as according to your stuff. Yabrana, you make detailed notes. It's getting close to the 2-hour mark. Namriel, that mushroom is awesome. It's soft. It's squishy. It smells like your favorite candy.
Ooh, okay. just gonna sit here and stare at it.
I'm just cataloging.
Too scared to touch it because I don't want to fucking die.
The two.
Wait, what did the detect magic? What did I see coming from this one? I wanna. Was there anything specific I saw this one?
Unfortunately, no. When you cast it, it was
Okay.
just kind of like a blanket response. And because it went a little fucky, there was nothing really concrete other than this place is definitely chock full of strange magic. It's nature oriented for absolutely sure. But other than that, there was no definite on anything. Now you could try to cast
There
it
was
again.
nothing specific.
You could try to cast it again specifically on something else. That'll allow.
Nah.
Ugh.
Your 2 hour mark is fastly approaching. Ubrana, you've managed to catalog most of everything. What would y'all like to do?
I don't know what he's gonna do. So this mushroom right here, if I were to say touch it with an ungloved hand,
Feel free.
I do it. Just like trying to feel like texture and like I'm not damaging it. I'm just softly investigating it.
It feels like it is covered in the softest suede. It's squishy,
Oh.
like a squishmallow. You poke it, it doesn't hurt the plant,
Oh.
but it's really, really squishy. And it smells like your favorite candy.
Wow, that is intense. I mean, it's great. It's just exploring it, but I don't want to. Something tells me that this is not like this is part of the Fey realm.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm zoned the fuck out staring at this mushroom.
And there's one thing you don't do, and that is eat stuff in the Fey realm. So I'm going to tug on Namriel's hand.
What?
We're going to leave.
Namriel, do you go
I'm
with?
going to pull him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you consent? I just need a consent.
Yep.
Do you mind if I put a little flavor in it?
No, that's fine.
I don't care.
So you brought it. You grasp his arm, and he's not moving. So you do it a little bit more forcefully, and you get him to move just a itty bitty bit. Then you take both hands, wrap them under his armpits, and proceed to drag him away from the
Yes.
mushroom.
Drag him away.
All right. When you get about 20 feet away, Namriel, you're able to move.
That's weird. What was that mushroom doing to you?
What? Like, still not fully there. I just say, what?
Let's go. Move it. Move it,
What?
mister.
But the mushroom. I say as I point back at it.
I'm going to push him a little. Push.
Fine.
Push.
Let's go.
You guys successfully exit the cave. Please note that you guys do have a rainbow scale each. Please try to remember what happened in here. I also need you to both level up.
Oh, that's cool.
So that'll put you guys at level 7, right? Level 6. That'll put you both
No,
at
7. My bad.
Yeah, no, I was about to say that should put you both at level 7. You guys,
Oh, well, then I forgot to level up because I'm still level 5.
you need to level up because you guys are 6. This will be 7. Um, Sorry to take away a smidge of your agency there, Nightmare, because I wanted you to be entranced by that mushroom. Thank you for playing along with me. I really appreciate that.
It's nothing.
No, I appreciate it a bunch because we didn't talk about that beforehand. So thank you for rolling with that with me. You guys go ahead and get a level up. Make sure you put the scales in your inventory. Please try to remember the descriptions of the statues that I just gave you to. And I think that's where we're going to stop tonight with you guys leveling up. Thoughts, comments, criticisms, concerns, compliments about tonight's session.
I had fun.
I know Nightmare is furiously
That's fun.
scrolling through.
Stay realm.
Yep.
Huh?
Yep. And I really am glad that you guys picked that up. Just a smidge. That's why you both guys have got leveled up. Nightmare, I know that you beat that zone of truth, but fortunately Yabrana carried like most of the conversation, so that did not come back to bite you in the ass. Good job. Any more questions?
I was being mostly truthful throughout it, so I didn't really.
I cannot hear anybody.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
Hello?
Last thing I said, what I heard you say was, unfortunately, Yabrana.
Fortunately, Yabrana carried the brunt of the conversation, so that didn't come back to bite Namriel in the butt.
Well, that's good. Go away, dog.
All right.
You stop that yawning, you.
I got me unit too. All right, so this is where we're going to end it. Everybody say goodnight. Goodbye, viewer. Thank you for watching.
Night.
Join us hopefully